Alright, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So finally getting caught up with some Shonen Jump chapters today, including Gokurakugai, which I meant to get around to a couple of weeks ago, but life and some other things got in the way. But we're going to rectify that today. So we have a lot of good stuff coming your way. I've got some Kanebanashi, Gokurakugai, and Kaiju number 8. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Read-throughs will be hopefully back starting next weekend. So look forward to that as well. Without further ado, let's dive into it with Gokurakugai Chapter 23. So they're doing the title. Okay, yeah, Family Killer by Yuto Sano, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Kyla Aiko. So you see Tao kind of exploring the upper floors of the mansion. She like walks into a bedroom. You see like a dresser and stuff in the corner. Actually, so quickly just pull this up on here. Just so I can show you any cool stuff, things that might be happening. Yeah. As she walks in, she sees this little. Apologize, I know the glare is kind of bad on this. Trying to. Yeah, I'm sorry, apparently, the glare is just not helping me today. Let me just try something. Hold on. Try putting that down, see if that helps. Okay, yeah, that helps a little bit, but you can see like this little portrait at the bottom of like this blonde haired woman just like hugging a baby. Nay is just like smiling all happily. And you see Tao just kind of like looking at looking at this little family picture thoughtfully. And outside she hears a thoom. So she pulls out her gun, and as she goes out to look, you see these Maga just like bursting through the door. She just kind of kicks it back in on them, like slams her fingers into it, and then just blows a couple of bullets through the holes, or blows a couple of bullets through the doors to kill them. And you see downstairs, you see Nay and Alma also standing there as like a Maga gate like drops in front of them, and you see like Maga starting to come out of it. Oh, you see multiple gates, so like there's one on each side dropping down. As a Maga's like roaring at them, Nay's like, "I'll join too." It's like, and she has like about to pull out her sword. You see Alma just going in instead, slashing him down. And he goes, "I'll handle the first floor. Get to the second floor. You know this house better than us, right?" And he tosses her a flashlight, and she's like, "Got it." And as she's running upstairs, you see Tao walking out. You Tao walking into the hallway, and you see there's like Maga gates on like both sides, blocking her in. So she kind of just like tired, like kind of. Hold on, let me see if I can pull the panel of this. She just does like a "I'm too old for this shit" kind of pose as she turns around for the other Maga coming the other way. It's like, "Well, got no choice. Don't get sore at me, Nay." And so you're like blasting some bullet holes into the walls. And Nay's like, "What? What? Hold up, Tower. Are you kidding me? Just because I don't live here anymore doesn't mean you get to bust the place up." And as she's like rushing up the stairs, she looks off to the side. She sees like the shadowy figure watching her. And he kind of walks off into one of the hallways. And Nay runs upstairs and like tries to look around, like can't see him anymore. It's like, "Wait, over there is." And she goes and is like heading down the hall to like this one specific door. And you see downstairs almost just like busting out some more moves. He's like cutting down more Maga, doing some acrobatics as he does. And he's like, "Damn it! How many of these friggin' things are there?" And he's got flack flack, and there's bits of like plaster crumbling and falling. And you see a boom as there's a giant explosion. And you see Tao just dropping down, riding one of the Maga down to the first floor. Hold on. Again, yes, you're just like dropping down on one of the Maga's heads. And it's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Huh? Miss Tao?" She's like, "Status." It's like, "No clue, ma'am. Things have been going haywire after something crushed an old burglar. I keep hacking and slashing, but there's no end to them. Same upstairs. The hallway. Oh, sorry. She and Tao goes, "Same upstairs. The hallways were blocked off." It's like, "These guys ain't doing the crushing. Must be a ringleader somewhere." He's like, "Righto." It's like, "Huh? Wait, where's Nay? She went to look for you, Miss Tao." He's like, "What's that? I didn't see her." He's like, "Huh?" I see Nay looking like scared, nervous, standing outside the door. And she kind of like shakily reaches out to grab the handle and turn. And as she walks in, you see like a little flashback. She imagines, I assume, her father figure standing in front of like this window with like the closed curtain, like this small gap. with baby nails facing him. In the present, you see like the scarred, buzz cut Maga also standing there in front of the window. And he's like, "You're late." And you see her just like taken aback in like shock and fear. He's like, "You, why are you here?" It's like, "You sure that's what you want to do?" And she's confused and she's like, "You sure about starting with small talk while I'm in front of you? You sure you want to have your good hand occupied? I thought you detested me, didn't you?" And you see him just looking at her with like anger and disdain. He's like, "Looks like 10 years was enough to make it fade away. The rage of having your family killed, that is." And you see that's finally enough to kind of like shock her out of it as the hand on her flashlight just clenches. And she's like, "Shut up!" Or she breaks the flashlight, I assume. So she drops and like just draws out her sword. It's like, "You psycho killer! Don't you dare talk like you know me! That nonsense you just spouted will be your final words." He's like, "That's how you should have acted from the start, you slow-witted brat." So I guess quick thoughts on the chapter. Uh, Again, so not much to say because like most of it just like an action panel stuff with like Tao taking out all the Maga and stuff. I think the thing is the Maga are not particularly interesting kind of villain monster enemies apart from like the humanoid ones that we've seen. Like they don't there's not too much like variety or like interesting like variations on their design. So there's nothing really super compelling or interesting seeing like all Tao just like mowing down like hordes of them. Especially with the ease that they do it, it doesn't like there's no real sense of like danger or tension or like even like skill involved, like how quickly and easily they take them down because the manga don't seem like an exceptional kind of threat. So those scenes are kind of like, all right, whatever, look at them being all badass, like, all right, fine, that's whatever. Apart from that, the Ney stuff has me wondering because the way the flashback is framed, it feels like it's trying to imply that, the parents were the ones, or like the father was the one that was the killer initially. Then with her interaction with, scarred buzzcut face towards the end, I'm starting to wonder if it's potentially another sibling, like a brother or a bastard child that we don't know about, that came back and like killed the family instead. Like he's the one that let Nay survive for like whatever reason. Because I feel like the way the flashbacks are setting up and the way the framing is setting up, it feels like it's setting up for some kind of plot twist where it's like we think it's the father or it's gonna kill the family and spare the child for some reason. It's gonna turn out to be like someone either completely unrelated or like a serial killer or someone else like broke into the mansion and like did it instead. Uh, yes, we'll see. I guess what the twist is gonna end up being if there is going to end up being one. Apart from that, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of like this. Oh, it turns out like everyone within the agency or like everyone that works with it has some kind of connection to Yomi's pseudo manga family that he's been setting up. And I'm not a huge fan of like introducing just like one after the other to be like the main antagonist of like the monster of the week kind of format that we've got going on. And I think that's one of the weaknesses of the story as it's currently set up is because we're doing kind of like a monster of the week format and style, not having any kind of like diverse or interesting manga designs means you're kind of forced to heavily rely on like other elements to be to kind of substitute in for them. And then if you're introducing a supposed group that's supposed to be kind of like the big bad, I guess depending on how long you expect the series to run, introducing them so early and having a bunch of them just get killed off or like imprisoned feels like a bad idea. But I guess we'll see. Like it's still early days. It's only like 20 chapters or so in. But I really hope the story does like a hard right turn to become interesting again. Because right now it's really only the artwork that's kind of carrying it. So hopefully it kind of gets back into being interesting again. Because I'd hate to see it go downhill, but we'll see what happens. So with all that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, Shonen Jump will be out today with read-throughs back next week. So until next time, this is Ash, and talk to you all later.